Chairman and parents. Would you like to teach your kids how to make friends? If you do, you're in the right place, because today I'm going to give you 3 social skills that you can use right away. But first, you need to know that our children, on average, watch 25 hours of television a week. That means those characters are their friends and their role models. As such, this is kind of a scary proposition. And parents, speaking of role models, I remember years ago when I was a teacher, I had a brand new class of first graders. And they were all sitting tall waiting for story time, except 2 boys who were rolling around on the floor in the back of the room punching one another. I went back to them and I said, "Boys, what are you doing?" And the one on top said, "We're fighting. I'm Tom and he's Jerry." And the one on the bottom said, "Yeah, we do this all the time, don't worry." In my classroom? As the years went on, I went back to school and I became a child and family counselor. And parents would bring me their kids who were sad, lonely, and angry. And they all had one thing in common. They had no friends. And they didn't know how to make friends either. And I'd ask them, "What do you do in your spare time?" And they'd say, "Watch TV." So parents, if you'd like to help your kids make friends, you need to teach them. And I would approach parents and they'd say, "No, not me. I don't have any time. You do it." And then I'd ask them, "Do you put your kids to bed? Do you eat dinner with them? Do you take them to sports events? Do you take them to music lessons or doctor appointments?" Because if you do any of these things, you may have more time than you think. So parents, how do we teach kids how to make friends? We role play. Yes, we role play. Now, here come the 3 social skills that I promised to show you. Number 1, years ago, my son, Scott, brought his family from Texas to Washington State. And I was babysitting. And 7-year-old Paula came to me and she said, "Grandma, I think I saw a girl next door. Can I go and see?" And I said, "Yes, as long as you play out in front." So Paula, with her head down and determined, and her little sister Daniela following, knocked on the door, and a child came out. And they played all afternoon. And when Paula came in, I said, "Paula, how did you do that?" "What?" "Paula, how did you make friends so easily?" And she said, "Grandma, I have 3 rules. Number 1, I say, 'Hi, I'm Paula.' Number 2, 'What's your name?' And number 3, 'Would you like to play?'" I wished I had known that when I was 7 years old, because it came out of a book that I had read called Dale Carnegie's How to Win Friends and Influence People. And when I saw that book, a light snapped on. I saw that I could teach kids how to make friends by bringing these social skills down to their level. And as I told you before, parents said, "No, you do it. I don't want to do it." And then I asked them those questions. All right. So here's the second one. See if you can figure out what I'm doing. Your child wants to make friends with a boy named Chris Springle. And so your child goes up and says, "Hi, Chris. I like your bike. And red is my favorite color." And Chris says, "I got it for my birthday." And your kid says, "Wow, you are so lucky, Chris. What did I just do?" I'll tell you. I said the name Chris more than once as I sprinkled it through the conversation. And that's what you teach your child. Why? Because a person's name is their favorite word in the whole wide world. So when they hear their name, their ears perk up. They listen, they pay attention. And because you said their name, they feel closer to you too. Third social skill. See if you can figure this one out. Hey, Prima, did you watch cartoons this morning? You did? What was your favorite cartoon?
Tom and Jerry.
Tom and Jerry. You know, I like that. Did you see the part where, and the conversation goes on, what did I just do? I asked questions of the other child that child is interested in and would love to talk about. And that's what you teach your kids. You role play this with your kids. You get them to ask questions that the other child would like to talk about, is interested in, could be even the schedule. What'd you do last weekend? What are you going to do this weekend? People have a subject they love more than anything else. Do you know what that is? It's themselves. People love to talk about themselves. Okay. Can you see how easy it is to role play these 3 social skills with your kids? You do? And could you see yourself doing it in the car, at dinner time, or before bedtime? And if you can, would you like more social skills to teach your kids? Okay, you do? You do? And you? Okay. Then go to www.kidsdiscuss.com. That is KIDSDISCUSS.com. Scroll down to Social Skills Kit for Kids. Click on that, and then watch your child make friends. Feel their happiness. And give yourself a pat on the back for taking this educational moment to help your kids make friends. Madam Chairman.